Hi, I'm Brita, the questioning quilter, and today I have a confession to make. In last December's video, I made a promise that it turns out I can't keep. I'm hoping that you'll forgive me and that you'll like the design that I was able to come up with. Now, like so many of my other videos, this is a disappearing quilt and it's made with these two blocks. And last December, I truly believed that this block could be used to easily make this quilt. Well, that didn't work out, but I believe that every dead end is an opportunity to go a new direction. And it turns out I was able to make two designs from these blocks. This one and this one. And let me show you how easy it is. To make the first block, we are going to need two 4-inch by 4-inch squares of white fabric, one 4-inch by 11-inch rectangle of blue fabric, and you're going to need two 4.5 by 4.5 squares of red, 4.5 by 4.5 squares of white. I'm going to put these right sides together, mark them. So 1/4 inch on either side of the center, because we're making half square triangles. Cut these and trim them to 4 inches by 4 inches, so we have 4 of these 4-inch half square triangles. Now, to build the block, we are going to make a T here with the 4-inch white. And now these half square triangles go in the corners. Notice that the red corner is pointed up. And then on the bottom row, the red corner is pointed down. And when it's all sewn together, it looks like this. Now, I looked everywhere for the name of this, even in Barbara Brackman's book. Say that 3 times fast. Couldn't find a name. So because it's kind of a cross between a rail fence and a 9 patch, I'm going to call this block a rail patch. So we're going to cut this block just as if it were a disappearing 9 patch. So to do that, we're going to make 2 cuts, one vertically, one horizontally. So to figure out where to make the cuts, we're going to see, now this block should measure 11 by 11, and it does. So half of that would be 5.5. But I like to measure from this seam here. So this center part is 3.5. So half of that is 1 3/4. So we're going to line up 1 3/4 right along this seam. Cut vertically, 1 3/4, and horizontally. Now we have these 4 pieces, and this is where I got messed up. So here's the quilt that I was trying to reproduce here. And as we zoom in, you can see the block. Now, notice how there's a whirligig in the middle, and there's a half square triangle on each of the corners. So come back to this. Here's the pieces that are going to make the whirligig. Here's the half square triangles in the corner. So I said, well, let's turn these so that we get the whirligig, and uh-oh, no, that doesn't work. Interesting block, but it's not what I was going for. So, oh, what went wrong? What went wrong? Well, I think what went wrong was these two are mirror image of each other, and they need to be the same. These 2 blocks are exactly the same. So what to do, what to do, what to do? Here I am trying a bunch of different layouts, and the design I came up with requires 2 blocks. So the second block looks just like the first, except that the colors are reversed. So you're going to have 4 4-inch half square triangles that are blue and white, 2 4-inch squares of white fabric, and 1 4-inch by 11-inch red rectangle. Now, when it's all sewn together, it looks like this. So this block gets cut apart exactly like the first block. We're going to cut 1 3/4 inches from this side seam. So we'll make one cut vertically, one cut horizontally, and you'll have 4 pieces. And the other one was already cut into 4 pieces, looks like this. And so we're ready to go to the design wall. So before I show you how it looks when we rearrange all the pieces, I just wanted to take 2 seconds and show you that if you took this rail patch block, I mean, that's what I'm calling it. If you've got a better name, let me know below. But if we just put it, don't cut it up, just we've got vertical and horizontal pieces, it actually looks pretty nice. So if you're looking for a quilt that you can make in a blink of an eye, you could just go here. But since we did cut it up, let's see how we can rearrange it. I found 2 ways that were, well, the first one's pretty good, but the second one, I'll wait till you see that. So here's the first one. Well, all we're doing is we're taking these center pieces, these corners, and rotating them to the center. So you can see that, how it's got these blue half square triangles are in the corners. Now they're going to do the same thing here. The red half square triangles are in the corners. We quickly just flip them around so that they make these nice little diamonds here. And you can see how it's coming together. You've got the blue with the red stripes and the red with the blue stripes. And when it's all put together, it's going to look like this. And of course, if it were just 2 colors, it would look like this. And now, for my favorite layout. So this block is made with 2 pieces of this red with the blue in the corners and 2 pieces of the blue bar with the red half square triangles. Now, to keep things organized, you all know how much I like being organized. I sort these up just like this so you can keep left from right, keep it all organized. Now, we take the red bar with the blue in the corners and we're going to rotate it around. So now these blue half square triangles form an arrowhead here and the red forms a straight line across. Now we take the blue with the red in the corners and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this and rotate it so that these blue pieces make the shaft of an arrow and these reds are in the bottom corners. So notice red bar across the top, the 2 red half square triangles are in the bottom, and when it's all sewn together, it looks like this. Now that all the arrow blocks are sewn, we just have to put them together. Now the layout that I like the best starts with the arrow pointing up. And then the second arrow is pointing down. So we're just going to alternate up, down, up, all the way across. Now the second row is going to start off the same way, except that we're starting off with the arrow pointing down. We have the next one. So it's down, up, and then down. And then here, as if by magic, we have a double-headed red arrow in between the double-headed blue arrows. And when the whole quilt is sewn together, it looks like this. My son came up with the name length and width because these double-headed arrows are used when marking dimensions. Now, other people have come up with other names like gridlock or I don't know where I'm going. But regardless, what I like best about this is how these arrows are all interlocking. And if you look here at the negative space, this white looks like some sort of wind catcher. It's just a fun little extra detail. Now, this isn't at all what I thought this was going to look like when I first started, but I really like how it came out. Now, if you'd like to see it as a 2-color quilt, it would look like this. And finally, if any of you are interested in knowing just a little bit more about me, I am going to be interviewed live by Donna of Handmade by Ying on Monday evening, December 5th, 2022 at 7 p.m. If you have any questions that you would like for her to ask me, then please put them in the comments or you can email them to me. The link and all the information is going to be in the description and on my channel page. So I hope to see you then. But if you can't make it, The next day, the entire video is going to be uploaded to YouTube, so you'll be able to watch it anytime. Stay well and happy quilting.